Hey, what's going on YouTube? Okay, this is your boy, the Chocolate Bay, and I was just watching a press conference regarding Rayshard Brooks, and I just wanted to talk about this. I was mad as hell, and I'm gonna give y'all a little rundown. As many of you know, about a week and a half ago, a young black man, Rayshard Brooks, he was 27 years old. He was in a drive-through line at Wendy's, and he fell asleep. He was intoxicated. So the people at Wendy's, the workers, they called the police. The police came, and when they came, they told him to move his car to the side. Hey, China doll, thank you for joining, love. Thank you so much. But the police came. Ray Shard was very cooperative. The police even asked if they could even search his vehicle. If they could search him. He said yes. He posed no threat. His actions didn't reflect that the officers were in fear, that they were scared. And I was watching this press conference. Hey, the hood table, thank you, love, for joining. And it's so sad, y'all. This was a young black male. The officers they searched his vehicle. They even searched his body. He even had a wad of money. Hey, Sticks girl, thank you for joining, love. He even had a wad of money, you guys, in his pocket. The officers had so much trust they didn't even search him again. They just took his word for it that it was a wad of money, and they left it at that. He was not aggressive. He didn't pose any fear in them, any danger. None at all. He followed the directions. He followed whatever they asked him to do. They searched his vehicle. They even searched his body, and they found no weapons. They didn't find anything. And even regarding him being searched and stuff like that, he was never informed that he was arrested. Never. They didn't even follow the proper protocols or procedures for Georgia PD. He never was told anything. They did what they had to do. He was very cooperative in everything that they were requesting and asking of him. Hey, six girl. Yes, I did. I did, y'all. It was very telling, and it was just bad. The state of this country for Black Americans and minorities. I don't know what to say about this. It makes me just pissed as hell and mad and angry. The things we go through as Black people, as Black people. Yeah, Sticks girl. Yeah, I agree. And even with the officers, it was Roth and Brosnan. Brosnan now is he's going to be a state witness to testify against Roth. Hey, Demetria love. And y'all, even with the video, like I was watching, it was very hard to watch, y'all. It was 41 minutes and 17 seconds, and you could see where he followed directions, the protocol, and a little spat ensued regarding the taser. Even with the state of Georgia regarding tasers, you can't even use a taser. So even when he fled, y'all, he was like 10 feet. Now, mind you, this is in a crowded Wendy's parking lot. Hey, the Soap Love, thank you so much for joining. This is in a Wendy's crowded parking lot. This man didn't pose any threat. He didn't pose any present danger for the officers. But mind you, in that small parking lot, 10 feet, he was shot 2 times. One of the bullet penetrated his heart 10 feet away from the vehicle of the officers. And this man was gunned down and murdered. And even with Roth, he was fired immediately. Brosnan now will be a state witness to testify against him, and he's pending. Well, they have 11 charges, including felony murder. But this man was gunned down, brutally murdered. And he didn't. The thing is, he didn't present any present danger. This man agreed to be searched, his body as well as his vehicle. You guys didn't find anything. He even had a wad of cash in his pocket that presented a bulge. Hey, Royal Court. Hey, N. Davis. And you guys still didn't find him to be a present danger. You still allowed him to keep going. You didn't even go into his pocket when he told you it was a wad of money to even verify that that was exactly what it was. I agree, the hood table. I agree. I agree. And the thing is, this man never presented to be a major danger or a threat. He wasn't aggressive. He complied with all their requests, and he was still murdered. Still murdered. And even when he was shot, you guys, Officer Brosnan stood on his shoulder. He stood on this dead man's body while he was struggling to breathe and struggling for life. I mean, I just couldn't imagine. Like, this is just horrible. 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 And even with 2 minutes and 12 seconds after he was shot, he didn't even have any medical attention. Nothing. They saw this man trying to breathe, trying to survive, and they just let him die. They just let him die. And the thing is, even with the Georgia PD, the state, you can't shoot people from the back. You can't even use a taser. So I'm sick of people keep mentioning that taser part. You can't even, that's not even a requirement. You can't even do that. That's not part of the job. I agree, Demetria. I agree, love. I agree. But the thing is, you saw this man wasn't he wasn't a danger. You guys didn't fear your life. I don't understand why you couldn't sit there and just try to be peaceful with stuff. You intentionally tried to murder this man, in my opinion. He followed your demands, your requests, and you still tried to make an example out of him. And I've heard videos and watched things and read things regarding training, police training. My opinion is we need to patrol our own neighborhoods. I think with racism, bigotry, systemic racism, respectability politics, this was absolutely genocide, in my opinion, implicit bias. These people already think the worst of people of color, black people, black males, black women. So I don't understand having some type of, you know, training regarding minorities is going to make things better. It's going to see you in a different light. If they see you as a threat, if they see you as aggressive, if they see you as a, present danger as an animal, it's no type of awakening that they're going to get thinking that you're this innocent bystander. If they believe that you're this animal that they've been taught and trained to think of you, nothing is going to stop that. I don't get that with these people. Yeah, in Davis they killed him for no reason. And even with policing, policing was originally like designed for to control slaves, like a defense mechanism to control black people, in my opinion, and minorities, to keep us in check, to keep us in place. And even with the Civil Rights Act of 1964, a lot of things, the Constitution, y'all, even with slavery and black people, we even had fugitive laws, fugitive codes, black codes. They have like over, I think, 100 and something slave laws regarding slavery. And I don't understand how we could, people think that you could change their mindset by enacting some type of training or some type of something regarding minority or sensitivity classes. That's not going to change how these people perceive us. It's not. It's not. Until we start acting accordingly, I think police in our own neighborhoods running for offices where we could change laws, change our mindset, change our thinking, doing for ourselves, working together in our own community with our own black people, then none of this is going to change. It's going to keep on happening. Even after the murder of Floyd, this happened. This man presented no danger. He was complicit. Well, he adhered to everything that they requested, and he was still murdered for no reason. He was married over 8 years, had 3 kids, 3 daughters, and his daughter's birthday is coming up. He was going to take her ice skating. I don't understand this. I think the police has a. I'm not saying all officers are bad. I'm not saying that, but they do have a stigma regarding black people. Even the black officers, they take on those traits of our oppressor. They do. They take on those thoughts of thinking black people are bad. This white man think that we're these angry animals, so I have to go with the oppressor of how they think that black people are and how they're portrayed. So they follow those guidelines, those laws of black people. Well, how we're treated and portrayed. I agree, and Davis. This world is sick. It's disgusting. But until we start waking up, I always say 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s were the best years for Black America. We marched, we protested, we boycotted things, we stuck together in our community. We had meetings at churches, homes. If a neighbor needed a ride or needed help, we helped each other. We fought for inequality so we could be equal. Nowadays, we don't do that. It's the status quo. We don't fight for anything. We think we've came long, far, but we haven't. Anytime this type of stuff is happening, we're still murdered, being murdered for no reason, still being patrolled and treated like an animal, all because of our skin color. People have a perceived notion regarding black people. And changing laws will help, but I'm just saying regarding some police officers, sensitivity training isn't going to help. Education, if they perceive you to be a threat because of your black skin, no type of training or education is going to change that. They just believe what they believe. Only we can change us in this world and the laws regarding people trying to kill us for no reason. I agree, Royal Court. I agree. I agree. I agree. We need to start shopping black. It's certain like designers, people that make certain things like jeans, clothing, soaps, hair care products, facial stuff that we need to start buying. Growing our own fruits, our own, try to farm back how we did prior to preserve us, to preserve our culture. Because shopping at these places that don't even respect us, they could care less. They just see the black dollar, the consumers. Black people are the number one consumers of everything. And look how we treated in this country. We treated like animals. We're gunned down and murdered. And even regarding politicians, if you're not going to do what our community needs, then I'm not going to vote for you. We need to start, running for politics, um, offices, so we could change laws. Because this is going to keep on happening. I agree, in Davis. I agree. And the thing is, with many of these police officers, y'all, could you imagine how many innocent bystanders they've murdered and shot for no reason? Like, they need to go back on the books and revisit everything. Because several people could have been murdered and imprisoned for no reason. But until we start doing better by ourselves and our community, then this type of stuff is going to keep happening. Even with Floyd, I like how we marched and we stood together. At least we're trying to get things changed, the ball rolling. Yeah, I saw that too in Davis. I saw that too. I saw that too. Only in America, where a black man or black woman could be murdered by police and the police officers get off scot free. Only in America. And even when you don't even present a threat or a danger to an officer, you still shot and murdered. Hmm. I don't know about to say about this country. Hey, D. Dot Love. But I'm not going to keep you guys long. I just wanted to get on here and voice my opinion. But thank you guys so much for joining. Peace and love, y'all. Peace.